Hello mirrors, so today I'm going to be doing a pick a card, my very first pick a card, on how to get into divine union with your specific person. So go ahead and take a look at these three options and pick which one resonates with you most. You can close your eyes and think about your specific person, whatever feels good to you. The timestamps will be below. And I do want to say that with this channel, I do believe in law of attraction in its very fullest form, meaning that I do believe you can have what you desire. It is simply a process of your consciousness inhabiting the reality where you do have that thing that you so desire. So with that being said, if you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we are born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. Okay, guys, before I get started, I do readings for $5 for every 10-minute increments. So go ahead and look at the description box below and it'll give you some information there. And without further ado, let's get started with pile one right here. Pile one, you have chosen the rose quartz. So I have already pre-shuffled these and put them out specifically. So we're just going to go through these one by one and I will talk to you about each meaning. So the card that you picked, the energy card, is gratitude. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these out and we'll talk about them here in a second. Gratitude for yourself. It's time to take control of your life. That's in the reverse. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with you joy. That's in the reverse. Goddess of the moon is in the reverse. Blossoming abundance. Story keeper, tell your story. Legacy, write your wisdom. Love yourself as much as you want your soulmate to love you. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Okay, and then I have the tarot cards here, but we're going to go ahead and cover these oracle cards first. So in order to get in alignment with the reality where you are with your specific person in divine union, there is definitely some self-love that needs to be had. I can tell here because we have Goddess of the Moon in the reverse, the Free Yourself in the reverse, and then this Love Yourself card. So the very first thing would be to get in touch with yourself. This says the intelligence of the universe lies within you. You have everything you need. You have everything you want, and you have the knowledge. So whenever you do go within yourself, in order to connect with your higher self and your guides and all of that, you will start to unravel the systematic way you can go about getting into this union with your person, because there are steps that you can take that are very tangible, but you're not going to know if you're really focused on the conditioned emotional self and what the conditioned emotional self thinks that they want and they need. With gratitude, this really tells me that there's a need to be thankful for your partner, for the things that they do for you, and also for the things you do for yourself. Our partners, the people in our lives, they are mirrors. They are us pushed out. Look into Neville Goddard's philosophy of law of attraction. You push out. Everything is you pushed out. That's extremely important. So whenever you express gratitude for yourself, you are also going to have that reflected back to you. Now, there may be a lack of passion, and passion really has trouble existing when we are disconnected from ourselves. It makes it very difficult to feel passion because we're not being true to ourselves and we don't allow someone to see us in that way. Since we do have storyteller, this could have a couple things, a couple of explanations. So it could be about writing, journaling your feelings, just going within and using it as a form of therapy. Maybe if you are over speaking to your partner, sometimes we can kind of spill on our partners, and if they're not receptive, a better mode might be to write this down. You can even write it as like a letter to your person. Tell your story. So it may be that you need to get closer to your person. Tell them about your life. And there may be some resistance to that, especially with this Free Yourself card. And the Goddess of the Moon card in the reverse, I see that perhaps there are walls up, like you don't want to let your person fully know who you are, and it may be something that scares you. So opening up to them is extremely important. And if you, like I said, if you do overshare, maybe look into journaling. So I really like this card. Fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. So there comes a point where you do what you need to do for yourself, and you have to surrender and allow those things to fall in place, because you're working in 5D energy. When you love yourself, you take care of yourself and all of this, you're working within the 5D, so it does take time to appear in the 3D. There may be extremes that happen on the good and the bad. If you change your focus on them and think about them, and with gratitude, like to understand that those things are existing in your life for a reason, this is going to transform how you manifest your life further down the line. So really having that surrender while at the same time having gratitude, you are going to understand that that is how you free yourself, is with that surrender. And I do see that this would lead to blossoming abundance. So when it comes to partnership, it's not just about, the abundance in your partnership, but abundance in all areas of life. So this partnership can really help you grow to the next level on every level, not just romantically, because you're over here discovering yourself and going within, freeing yourself, and finding ways to connect with your higher self in the universe. And that is going to reflect in that 3D way that you can see that's tangible in your relationship and other things that you're going to be able to witness in real life. Okay, so there is seems like there's a lot of energy here that feels like it's being pulled down from the cosmos, is what the wording I'm thinking of. Pulling in source energy and using it to fuel your manifestations, your desires, your time spent on self-focus, all of these things. You're taking that energy from source. You're not taking it from your own stores, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna go lay out these tarot cards. The Emperor in the reverse, the Priestess in the reverse, Page of Wands in the reverse, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Wow, tons of reversals here, but no worries, guys. The Oracle cards were very positive, so I'm not too worried. Okay, Four of Wands and Queen of Swords. So yeah, you and your partner are a little bit on the imbalanced side right now. I don't think either of you are fully in your power. However, the reasoning is very simple, and it's just being out of touch with self. Once you are in touch with yourself, and I see Emperor and Priestess as being the masculine and the feminine, so you have that masculine power of going forth and doing and creating in real time, not just the mental aspect like the Priestess. With both of these in the reverse, you're having a bit of trouble with this balance, especially when I do see Six of Pentacles in the reverse. There's it just kind of maybe feels like a never-ending cycle. If you start to understand that you are on a spiritual journey and not just a physical, earthly journey, that acknowledgement in and of itself can take you to the next level. It can allow you to, you'll literally be introduced to different things that can help you along your journey. If you just simply open up to the fact that this is not just a 3D existence, but without that acknowledgement or that belief, you're stuck within the confines of your limiting beliefs. So I see once you do address this, things will start to balance out. You'll really understand that you do have the power of manifestation. This is Four of Wands. It's a manifestation card, and it can also be indicative of twin flames. I'm not sure if you know who's into that type of vocabulary. I know twin flames are kind of a dicey subject, but once you do get out of this energy and you do acknowledge that, you know, reality is a mirror, your relationship is a mirror, when you come to that realization, it really makes it a lot easier to not be so, what is the word? Like critical of your partner when you do see them as a mirror of yourself and as a reflection of yourself, and understand that when you do see the light in them and the light within yourself, your relationship will actually change in the 3D. So at the end of this, I do see you being the Queen of Swords and being so powerful and so strong, aware, calm, cool, collected, with a great head on your shoulders. But it is going to take a lot of self-love and being extremely real with yourself and working on that part and having that patience and that surrender until it does show up in the 3D, because it starts from the 5D. It starts in our thoughts. Then it can come down and manifest into the earthly plane. This is extremely important, okay? So this is what I am getting for you guys, pile 1. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you would like more videos such as this. And that is all I have for you. I love you guys. Okay, pile 2. If you picked this card, and I believe this is lapis lazuli, this is how you can come into divine union with your partner. Okay, so I did pre-shuffle these. Your first card is integration. That's going to be the main theme here. We're going to go through your oracle cards, and then we'll go through the tarot cards right here. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Attachment in the reverse. The thinking woman. Gatekeeper, fairy time, time shift, dimensional slips in the reverse. Life is a great big canvas. Throw all the paint on it you can. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. The cosmic heart, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Okay, so the first major feeling I get from this is that you guys are already going through this big shift. You've already gone through a big dimensional jump, big quantum jump, and you're just attempting to adjust right now. You may be needing to let go of some attachment to whatever you have recently shifted. If you've made like a big change in your life, and you've noticed things changing in your life, maybe look back at what was going on before things started shifting and see if there's something in the past that you do need to release attachment to, because I feel like it may be taking up more space in your mind than it needs to be. And the things that are going on in our minds will affect what is happening in the 3D reality, what we're manifesting. With integration here, this is really great, because to me this says there is a lot of really positive energy in this connection. It's really about coming together. And when I see chemistry here, this is great. And when I see children here, this is great. This could literally be children, maybe spending time with your children together, blending the family if you guys both have kids, getting to know their children, or introducing them to your children. That could be it. But a lot of times I take this card to mean that there has been healing done from childhood, which is where we hold most of our trauma. And because of that, there is chemistry, there's equality, there is resonance with each other. And now is time to start integrating and blending in what you have together. So when I see this card, life is a great big canvas, throw all the paint on it you can, this is like the full manifestational card. So if you guys are doing great in your relationship, you don't feel like there's a lot of changes, this is simply saying make sure that you're focusing on other areas of your life, making it fun, thinking of it kind of like art. I'm going to go ahead and read this Gatekeeper in reverse meaning, because I have a feeling like this is going to tell me something that makes a lot of sense in regards to this reading. So let's see what this says for the reverse meaning for Gatekeeper. Refusing to acknowledge that time bends and shapes according to your perception. Holding on to control. A belief in moving forward always, at any expense, because to do anything else is a kind of death. Experiencing time's measure, beating differently, but refusing to feel safe with it. Conditioning operating at full force in regard to beliefs around time. You may find it very difficult to be on time when this card appears reversed. Ask the Gatekeeper for assistance, and then time will be your friend and you will dance within its flow. So you guys may be literally having some time issues. You know, some people take that a lot more seriously than others. Like for instance, if you guys set a time for a date, or you say that you're going to be there on time, or whatever it is, you may not think it's a big deal, but your partner may have problems with it, and it may be one of these minor things that may seem minor to you and not so big to them. Be big to them, sorry. So when you do go through shifts and things are changing fast and you are growing, there is this need to be grounded, because we can get very flighty, which may also be in relation to this time shift, especially with life going on the way it is with quarantine and everybody's lives changing pretty dramatically. You may not be really aware of time, and the universe is asking for you to get grounded within your 3D reality. If you get too flighty, things can happen. This chemistry can change. You may not be spending enough time with your children. There's so many possibilities in this, but just the focus on time and focus on grounded in reality and what's happening here. So I love this make your life a moving prayer. You know, it seems like pile 2 is pretty advanced. It's really this feeling I'm getting. So when you do get to this point where you have things figured out, maybe your relationship is going well. If it's not, you may want to pick another deck if this doesn't resonate with you, or this may be some future happenings if you do listen to this advice and kind of get in alignment with what this reading is saying. But when we do get in a place where we are comfortable and things are in alignment, this is when we want to start taking all of it and, like this says, make your life a moving prayer, and really appreciate everything that life has to offer, and to always align as much as possible with your higher self and your blueprint, because that is what is going to evolve you and your relationship a lot faster. So I'm going to go ahead and read these tarot cards. 6 of Wands, victory, starting right out. Ace of Pentacles, Death, which is the rebirth card. 5 of Pentacles, Death in the reverse, interesting, and then 8 of Swords. Okay, so we have Death and Death in the reverse. So right now, I think that you have recently overcome something in your relationship, maybe a big hurdle. If you haven't really seen it in your relationship, perhaps it's just within yourself, but this is going to start to change things in your life and in your relationship in a very tangible Pentacles way. And because of this, it is going to cause a rebirth. When we do have rebirths and, you know, deaths, they're like tower moments, right? The tower, I believe, comes before death. So things may change in this relationship, okay? Don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on what changes in your relationship. Have faith that that change is going to bring you to this victory, okay? It's going to bring you exactly what you want. Our higher selves, the manifestational process is way, way, way more intelligent than we are from our 3D minds. Like, again, there was something I was going to say, and I lost my train of thought. Anyway, okay, so I think this might be why we have Death in the reverse and the 8 of Swords. This is a resistance to the rebirth. So I was getting this like energy that you guys have already gone through a big leap. However, you might not have gone through a leap. So in that case, if nothing major has changed recently, expect it, don't fear it. But if you do want to go to the next level in your relationship, then there may be something pretty big that happens that is going to shake everything up. So when this does happen, or if this does happen, trust and surrender that you are going to eventually have what you want in an even better way than you can imagine. But if you resist it, you're just causing more limiting beliefs, which is going to take the rebirth a lot longer. Okay, guys, so this is what I see for you. If you like this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And that is all I have for you guys. I love you. Hello pile 3. So I did have to refilm this part. The last part of my video got corrupted, so forgive me for the change of angle. I'm sure that there has been one. So if you've chosen pile 3, this is malachite. Let's see what energy card, and I did pre-shuffle these just to save some time. So this one is emergence. So what I take from the energy card emergence is perhaps you are emerging from your shell, you're beginning anew, you are starting to be rebirthed, like from an egg. Okay, I don't know why I said that, but felt the need to. So I'm going to lay out the oracle cards, and then we'll go ahead and get into tarot cards. So true love, this is the romance of a lifetime. Playfulness in the reverse, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Sixth chakra in reverse, and that's the third eye chakra. Blossoming abundance in the reverse. Acorn's invitation, touch, exchange, connection. Life is a great big canvas. Throw all the paint on it you can. I get this card all the time for readings. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And High Wraith, I think that's how you pronounce it, longing for home, homesick for the stars. So the first thing I pick up on this is I think that there needs to be more depth in your relationship, focusing more on those intimate moments. It's great to have fun. And in fact, the universe is telling you to have fun in your relationship. That's how I take this. Life is a great big canvas thing. But at the same time, there needs to be a balance between those deep, intimate moments. Not that you can't be lighthearted about it, but sometimes we can take things too lightheartedly and not really appreciate the depth of the moment. So it's really about a balance here. I think there is some issue within the mind as far as your perception of what is. You may be in some type of illusion. Sixth chakra is about being able to break through that illusion, especially when I do see blossoming abundance here. We are abundant, so maybe you are not seeing that light that does exist in your relationship and the goodness that exists in your life as a whole, because I always take this card as being, this life is a great big canvas card, as being making sure to focus on manifesting in all areas of your life, not just your relationship. With Acorn's invitation as well as deep cellular healing, I see the need for deep connection. Again, with this playfulness and in the reverse and true love, the universe is really saying to get into divine union with a partner, you should really focus on the depth of connection, going deeper, understanding each other on a deeper level. That's why I think this longing for home is there, because this is true love. You will find home in your person. You will find what makes you feel full and whole, but it does take kind of breaking your own illusion and opening up. I think that's what this emergence is about, opening up to your partner. Those are the main messages I'm getting from there. They all kind of tie together. Normally there's more variety, but honestly, I feel like this is the main message that the universe wants you to know. So I'm going to move these up here and go through these tarot cards. We have the Fool in reverse, Knight of Swords, the Empress in reverse, King of Swords, the Devil, and the Empress. So you have the Empress twice, once in the reverse and once upright, which means that both of these energies are here and available. I feel like maybe this relationship is new, perhaps, and that's why it's calling for a deeper, a depth, a deepening in the connection. Remember that this does start in your mind, so I don't see a lot of advice here for actual physical change. It's more mental and embodying this Empress. So the Empress is very feminine. It's very connected to nature and to self, and it's very appealing for masculine energy. So since I see that these two are right here, in order to get from this Empress in the reverse to the Empress to where you are in your feminine power, you need to make sure that you are focused on the truth, which is breaking through these illusions and letting go of attachments. This could have to do with like carnal attachments of the body, of the flesh, or it could have to do with any sort of addictions, limiting thinking, you know, chaining yourself to your own perception of how maybe a relationship would be. I think that perhaps you are in a kind of childish stage of this relationship, but it is progressing as long as you allow those illusions to break through. And I'm sorry if you hear some background noise here with my family, and they're being quite noisy. I know my microphone picks up on a lot of that. Anyway, to get out of all that and to go into the emergent stage where you are able to be born. As you can see, the Empress here, she has the world in her tummy. Like, this is definitely about a birthing process into what you are meant to become. And this is something that's very serious. It's something that calls to your soul. It's something that's true, and it's really just about getting out of that simple-minded, naive mindset and jumping into what you are meant to be in this lifetime. That is how you are going to deepen your relationship with your person and to get in divine union with your person. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this reading. And that is all I have for you today. I love you guys.